I'm going to make a prediction here. I'm going to say, with the way that the regressive left is lately, the current manifestation of liberalism will eventually kill off all the top YouTube stars, and that platform will probably be a sad shell of its former glory, and I'm guessing 3 to 5 years. That's just the way this politically correct nonsense is going. If you don't know already, PewDiePie, the biggest star on YouTube, even bigger than Justin Bieber or any other music star, he had some serious actions taken against him by Google, Disney, and YouTube for what some called anti-Semitic actions he did on a few of his videos. Casey Neistat, H3H3 Productions, and other big YouTubers recently came to his defense, and these guys only defended him as using free speech. But even that kind of defense, the defense of free speech, comes under attack nowadays when it falls under the banner of hate speech as defined by the social justice warriors powers that be. In other words, the people that run the show on these big platforms. What PewDiePie did was a joke. Amongst other things, he simply went on Fiverr, which is a site where you can pay people $5 to do almost anything. I've used the site. I've used it to have people write articles for me, to hire them. Anyway, PewDiePie went on Fiverr to push the limit and see what he could actually get people to do for $5. While what he did was in poor taste, I wouldn't do it, but what he did was pay some guys $5 to hold a banner that said, "Death to all Jews." Okay, stupid. Don't know why anyone would do that. He was making a joke though. He was making a joke video. He also got someone to dress up as Jesus and say Hitler didn't do anything wrong, which is not the most intelligent thing to do. Also, at the end of one of his videos, he dressed up in a military-looking uniform and made it look as though he was watching a Hitler video, all to mock those who had already called him a racist. Again, I would not do that because in my internet career of finding ways to make a living online, I found out too many times that the people that control these platforms, they can give you the boot anytime they want for doing anything or for doing nothing. They can just get rid of you like that. PewDiePie is known for doing gamer videos and dumb stuff just to get attention. But what the regressive left of Disney, Google, and YouTube have done is they canceled his YouTube Red show and they dropped him from Google's premium advertising network. Even though the video where he was watching a Hitler video was 2 months old, in the name of political correctness, these businesses deemed it necessary to distance themselves from PewDiePie instead of having to explain to customers and advertisers who might get their little panties in a wad what all the big fuss was about. And this is exactly where the left is going to end up destroying themselves and others. Over the last several decades, they have created and manufactured the atmosphere where businesses like Disney and YouTube have to do this, or they might begin to lose money if people get all pissed off at them and things like this go viral, which of course this already has. 30 to 40 years ago, something like this would have not even been a big deal at all. But it is today, because political correctness is starting to come full circle and bite the same people who created it right in the ass. As the snowflake social justice warrior generation moves from a you can say anything free speech atmosphere to a how dare you offend me atmosphere, the wheels of progress and true free speech will grind to a halt. And eventually, people who once in a while get political, or for that matter, make any kind of commentary that could ever be deemed offensive to others, even if it isn't intentional, like PewDiePie, Casey Neistat, Young Turks, Philip DeFranco, whoever, even if these people are liberal, they will eventually get ground up in the gears of political correctness. What we're seeing today in our country is kind of like how the French Revolution ended up. As one of the most influential figures of that revolution, Maximilien Robespierre, he was executed without trial by guillotine for being a subversive to his own revolution. They killed one of their own. Okay, no one's being executed here in America today for being a subversive to the left. But liberalism is becoming a cancer where people like Milo Yiannopoulos, Ben Shapiro, and even liberal university professors aren't even allowed to speak their minds, or they're being fired simply because a group of students don't like them. But back to the bottom line. With YouTube taking actions like they did against PewDiePie and screwing up their own paid service, YouTube Red, they may just end up destroying themselves if they aren't careful. Look what's happened to Twitter lately since Milo Yiannopoulos was banned from using their platform. Their stock price has dropped by 30% since that incident, and it has dropped by 75% since its high in January of 2014. Twitter is basically a worthless business model where people go to sling mud and say adorable things about Justin Bieber when there are immensely more serious things going on in the world. And in 2016, despite gaining 2 million users, the company had a net loss of $457 million, almost $500 million. It's run by leftists, and if they're going to go on an anti-hate speech, anti-bullying tirade, which some say is really a disguised attack on conservatives, guess what? They're going to put themselves out of business. And you just have to wonder, with what YouTube has done to PewDiePie here, if they are on the same track as Twitter is. And the big question is, will millennial leftists eventually destroy their own sources of income just for the sake of political correctness? Thanks for watching, and I'd love to hear your opinion on all this. So if you would, please leave your comments in the comment section below this video. And also, don't forget to subscribe to Conservative News here on YouTube. See ya!